giant NSA base in San Antonio that when the local newspaper, because I've seen the local newspaper, San Antonio Express News, and the local weekly, I forget the name of it, go out, you know, they all have flip phone cameras, cell phone cameras, they'll be at the Walmart parking lot next to a giant complex, you know, the size of a military base. I mean, and guys show up off their jurisdiction going, turn your cameras off. I've decided I'm going to go down there and film it because everybody knows the NSA's down there. Don't sit there and spy on me illegally and do all this and then have guys in black uniforms try to intimidate me like I did something wrong. You are hiding because you're criminals. Listening to our cell phones, grabbing everything off our internet, and you say you're doing it to fight al-Qaeda. Bull! You run al-Qaeda and everybody knows it. You run al-Qaeda, you run al-Qaeda, you run stinking al-Qaeda, you love al-Qaeda, you created al-Qaeda, you work for the foreign banks that took this country over. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all of it. I'm tired of it. It's a joke. I got big stacks of articles I've read where they're handing over everything to al-Qaeda to just murder the Christians, Jews, Muslim groups they don't like, the Shiites. And then I got to be lectured about, oh, we got to stick our hands down your pants because of al-Qaeda. And now they're like, well, it's not al-Qaeda now. It's the conservatives and libertarians. They're the new terror threat. I told you a decade ago that was coming. This was always set up to take over America. I've got one of these big UN chiefs. I've got these UN chiefs, Asian minister, global UN police force to enforce world government dictates. That's an article at Infowars.com. And it just goes on and on and on. Kurt Nemo's got an article out where the West is planning to blow up the infrastructure of Iran, including their power grid. And they're going to deindustrialize that country, just like they've got Agenda 21 deindustrializing us. Don't you get it? It doesn't matter who the leaders are of the Iranians or who the leaders are of any country. Everybody's being deindustrialized but China. China's the new World Order command base. Because they'll execute their people, they'll euthanize them, they'll one-child policy. They've accepted the world government. They raise their kids in government dormitories in many areas. They're ending the family. They're doing open-air genetic engineering. They've got cows already producing human milk. They've got human-animal chimera clones. They are the new command base. They get 3 new plants. We get none a week. 3 new plants a week. It's total shutdown. They can bomb their power plants. Well, they just have environmentalists shut ours down. This is a deindustrialization, diabolical takeover where only the high-tech corporate and government reservations are going to have technology and advanced medical systems. We're having everything cut off. The process of de-evolution and de-development has begun, as Maurice Strong swore they would. And, man, when I get some cop into authority bugging their eyes out at me, I'm beyond getting mad at you. You are a pathetic mind control zombie sitting there in their little kid dress-up role messing with someone who is light years advanced from where you're at. And I talk to the police because you're the ones that they're going to try to use to enforce all this. You're the ones that in the next phase are going to be absolutely fed into a meat grinder. And I wish you'd wake up because that's one of the hopes we've got. How much of it's coming true? It's all starting to come true, folks. You going to listen to me? You think it's fun to risk my life? You think it's fun? I get chills every minute. I know the position I'm in. You think it's fun to be changing history? You think it's fun to be a real contender? It's real is what it is. It isn't a game. Do you understand that? It isn't a game. The chem weapons in your water isn't a game. The bioweapons in your food isn't a game. What's going on around us isn't a game. It isn't a damn game. It's real, and it's for all the marbles. I will not sit here idly by while a bunch of psychopaths set up a scientific dictatorship and try to put us into an arrested development system so they can orderly kill us like fish in a barrel. Alex Jones here with a very important announcement for truth seekers. We've carried a lot of amazing films and books over the years on the online video bookstore at Infowars.com. And out of all the titles we've carried, one stands out because it is just so chillingly convincing. And that's Dreams from My Real Father by Joel Gilbert, available at Infowars.com. This film exposes the fraud that Obama is like nothing I've seen. If you want to know who Obama's real daddy is, this is the film for you. Don't forget, your purchase supports our broadcast and our growing media network. You'll also find at InfoWarsShop.com None Dare Call a Conspiracy by Gary Allen, the book that woke me up. We're also carrying Behind the Green Mask, UN Agenda 21 by Rosa Corey. This book is coffin nails to the globalist takeover. The Greater Good, the most professional and up-to-date film I've ever seen exposing the scourge that is vaccines. These titles and a lot more are all available at InfoWarsShop.com.